Alright, hello everyone, Mondavu here. What is today's date as of recording? The 19th of October, 2020, and there have been updates with my cat. Anyone who's already spoken to me already knows what happened, but I might as well go ahead and talk about it for the video, because hey, I have something to talk about. It's just not something that's very happy. Let's see, we need to get rid of these parasites. We're okay on sat fats, and we have leeches somewhere. Get off. Get off me. Alright, so we need to get the ladder and more of this done. And I still kind of want to move these over. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one sideways. And then that way I can move this thing in, and then this way we've only got the one entrance. Because I don't really need all these additional entrances. They're handy for building right now, but... Anyway, so... What time is it in game? That sun's going to come soon. So here's the update. Last time I talked about how, she got, I was mad at Wedgwood Pharmacy for not sending the antiviral on time. I'm still mad at them for it. I will still never use their services again. Because for all I know, it could have been the thing that made the difference. And I'm sure you picked up, based on that I no longer have Sarah. She died on the 16th? What day of the week is it? Because she died on Saturday. It's Monday, yeah. She died on the, yeah. So she died on the 16th. Or maybe the 17th. I might have my days wrong. At any rate, I no longer have her. But I'll go ahead and update you on what happened. As I get... Oh, hello. Freestone. As I get other things. I believe the last I spoke, I had that whole episode called Fuck Wedgwood Pharmacy. I believe I talked about her scheduled surgery. If not, I'll go ahead and cover that again. Because I'm not going to sit there and watch a whole bunch of episodes to try to figure out which one I did and didn't mention anything in. Because after a while, there's only so many videos I can rewatch. Because it's like, okay, well, I kind of know what I was doing and what I said. And it feels weird to watch my own videos. Like, unless I've recorded something specifically funny, it just feels weird to watch my own videos. So anyway, she had a surgery scheduled for Friday. And it was to remove her eye, because I took her into the regular vet, and her eye just kept getting worse. None of the eye medication was working. Really, the only thing that was doing anything for her that I could tell was the painkiller, which I was running out of. Oh, let me check my... Oh, we're good on sticks. Okay, then I guess we'll go the other way and start getting the long bamboo sticks for... That's right, because I was looking for the bamboo sticks, because we've got our thing full, and we were going to make bamboo half walls all the way around. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll do that then. Anyway, she had a surgery scheduled for Friday to remove her eye. And that was a success. Her eye was removed. When they looked at it, it didn't seem cancerous, even though we initially thought that may have been what the cause was, or at least what the issue was, which is a very familiar territory for me. I've lost plenty of animals to cancer in my life, so it's just like, okay, well, this sucks, but that's how it is. Yeah, that's regular. I'm thinking, let's go ahead and get the framework for the ladder up. Ladders, I believe, are here. Yeah, because they're all the way at the end. So we'll get this ladder up. No, because I want to... Can you please go where I want you to go? Please? Can you... why would I stick you there? No. Here. Yeah, okay, so we'll get the long sticks for that. Because once I get up here, I want to have another look around, because, like, as nice as this looks, like, don't get me wrong, we're one level up, and this is a great view, but we're going to get a better view from up there. And then, we'll have that additional level for gardening and such. So I want to go ahead and... Hey, free small stick. I want to go ahead and get stuff ready for that. Dang, my air conditioner is loud. I'm trying to make sure that my voice doesn't, run away from me again like it has liked to do. Didn't I have some long sticks hanging out in here at some point? I guess not. Oh, I need sat fats. think I have some of those in... Yep, I sure do. Nom. I need carbs. None of this is going to give me carbs. I'll get 2 carbs out of that. Alright, so we'll go find some shrooms. Because we have to find the, the anti-parasite mushroom, too. The orange mushroom. See, all the others are red. Why does this never turn red? That's got to be like a weird texture glitch. Okay. So, yeah, we'll go hunt for... We're going to hunt for carbs and for the, orange mushrooms. Am I hearing things again? Let me kill my AC. It's getting cold anyway, so... Like, I'm not cold now. I've actually got, like, one of those soft, fuzzy, warm blankets on me. But, I mean it's cold as in it's starting to get cold where I live, not I'm cold. No, I don't hear anything. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I'm hearing random crap in my head. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so surgery was a success, removed the eye. You know, she got through the surgery okay despite, you know, the sinus issues she's been having. And, they kept her overnight to monitor her, which I'm glad they did. And she, she responded real well. You know, she came home with, an Elizabethan collar and, her stitches where her eye was. She looked kind of funny because of, the fact that she was missing an eye and the, I'm just going to take all the bananas because I know eventually I'm just going to need bananas anyway. Nom, and okay, yeah, we're good. Just need to find some anti-parasitic shrooms. But yeah, she responded real well to the surgery. And when she came up, she was doing all kinds of little figure eights, and she was arching her back, her tail was up, she was purring real loud, and I have never seen her knead that hard in my life. I will take the tobacco plant. That's a good thing to take. And a free small stick. And she like I said, she responded really well to the surgery, like super duper well. And when she got home, she was Sarah. Because anyone who's had an animal that's sick will know this. You know your animal really well, and when they get sick, they're just not themselves. And this was Sarah. We finally had Sarah. Yeah, she still had some of the sinus issues, but we finally had Sarah. And so brought her home about 9:30ish in the morning or so, and she was super happy, rubbing on everyone, being lovey-dovey and purry. She snuggled with me in my lap for a little while. She got to have a nice meal of some baby food because I went out and picked up some of that because I knew that would be easier for her to eat with the e-collar. And she got to sleep on the soft fuzzy blanket that I'm using now because that was her chosen bed at the time. And she got to be happy and comfortable and pain-free for a good long while, and it was such a relief to see her that way. And then we lost her at 5:45. I honestly don't know what happened. Like, I really just don't know. I do not know what killed my cat. Okay, that's a capybara. I thought that was a jaguar for half a minute. But yeah, I honestly have no idea what killed her. Because, she kind of gave me this meow like she needed something, and it was an urgent one. So, of course, I was quick to pay attention. And, she started acting really disoriented. Like, she was flinching as though she was seeing things. And she'd never had that problem before. And she started to get really scared, and she's just meowing a few times. And, she started running around a bit. Oh, finally, here we go. She started running around a bit. And it was like she was trying to get away from something. And, at one point she looked at me and meowed, and it was very obviously a cry for help. And it breaks my heart that I couldn't help her. I didn't know what was going on with her. I had no clue. And so, she kept running around. Then after a bit, she started panting. And anyone who knows anything about cats knows that when a cat pants, there's one of two things happening. And the most likely one is that something is wrong. The other one is if they play too hard, they will start panting, and you need to stop because it's not natural for cats to pant, and unless they're like big cats. Like if you've got like a cheetah or a cougar and they pant, that's perfectly normal, but not for a house cat. being mindful of spiders, because I have seen them in this area. And yeah, right there. And I don't want to be bitten. Oh, it took a second to curl up there. Hang on. How much do you weigh again? I don't remember. You got 45? Yeah, you could. This is a 1 pound spider. Dang. I'll still take it with me for now. Oh wait, no, I can't do the spider manage because I don't have it. Okay, bye. I don't have any room for it, so it's just gonna stay there. I don't even know what I'm over here doing besides just talking to you guys. Are you following me home, buddy? Anyway, so she started getting really disoriented. She started panting, and after a while, she wouldn't even let me hold her because she was just trying to run, and she started acting like she was trying to throw up. So I checked the Elizabethan collar, and it wasn't too tight. I could get 2 fingers through easily. That's how you know whether or not it's too tight. So her Elizabethan collar was fine. So we kept trying to kind of clean her face up a bit. To get the mucus and stuff away and get the saliva away. A lot of saliva. Now that I'm thinking back, it was mostly saliva. What am I? I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I'm supposed to be doing stuff while I talk to you guys, and I keep forgetting to do stuff because I finally have things to talk about, and I'm so wrapped up in what I'm talking about that I keep forgetting what I'm trying to do, and I've wasted like a good chunk of the day. Oh well. Hey, little stones. We'll put these in a little stone thingy. But yeah, we kept trying to, kind of clean her off a bit. Can I? I just can't quite reach that. And so, I looked at Mom and tried to kind of ask her, hey, what should we do? Because we didn't know. We've never come across this before. This was completely new behavior for us. So we decided, okay, well, she's having an issue of some kind, so let's, put her in the carrier. I don't know why I went to this one over here when what I need is closer than that. Long sticks, that's what I needed. Herp the derp the der. But yeah, anyway, we put her in the cat carrier we've been using to take her to the vet to just kind of shrink her world a bit to give her, a smaller space to cope with. And, she was still, kind of panicked. And eventually she seemed to have found a position where breathing was okay. And, it's weird because, she was struggling to breathe, but she wasn't. Because, she kept, trying to spit up stuff, but she was still breathing. And, panting is a very clear, like if you can pant, you can breathe. Because, that's a lot of rapid breathing intakes. So, and then my dad, who has a trach, pointed out that she might have been panicking because if your drainage is off in a certain way, it can feel like you're choking. And so we thought, okay, maybe that's what it is. And, with an answer, we were all kind of able to sort of calm down a bit, and we just did our best to help keep her clear. And I took her change of behavior real hard because, like I said, when she first got home, she was Sarah. We had her. She was back. She was on the road to recovery, even if she still had the stupid infection. She didn't smell like death anymore. That was all clearly coming from her eye rather than her breath, which is good. Because, we know it was just that one thing as opposed to, oh, hi, Mr. Cayman, I see you're back. You swimming away? Are you going to come back for us? No, he's going to go hang out over there. Is that a permanent thing? Waddle, waddle, waddle. All right, well, while you do that, I'm going to see if I have... I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and harvest that. But yeah, I took it really hard because, we had her back for a bit, and then suddenly there was this whole new problem. But, because she cried at me the way she did, and she was still, clearly fighting it. She didn't, want to go through this. I was like, okay, well, we're kind of back to square one because here she is. She's finally showed genuine improvement, and yet she's already suffering again. So I took that really hard, and so I just kind of sat down on my computer for a bit because I couldn't handle it. I could not handle her going through stuff like that again. And so my dad kind of took over for a bit and taking care of her, and he made sure to clean off her Elizabethan collar a couple of times, and checked on her and stuff. And then he's old, so he can't just stay crouched forever. That's really hard for him to do. I see you, fish. I'm going to get you one day. And so, he kind of stepped away for a bit. And I remember hearing her kind of take these these deeper breaths, but they were like slightly moany, like she was like how when your own sinuses are kind of, acting up and you go to breathe in and it sounds like you're just, it kind of sounds like that. That's the wrong noise, but, um, it kind of sounds like you're moaning a little when you breathe in. That's what it sounded like. And if I had paid attention then, I would have known that that was the moment that we were losing her. Um, because I didn't realize. I thought she was, just, I thought it was just the sinus thing again, because she's had this going on for so long. And, I realize now that's the moment that we were losing her, because it wasn't even like 15 minutes after I heard that before she was dead. Not only dead, but very stiff. I had my niece over, and so we were, talking with her and my mom a bit. And then, Dad went back to check on Sarah again, and he came back in, looking real sad and said, she's gone. And so I ran in there to, see, and yeah, sure enough, she was. She seemed to be in a mostly comfortable position, because, it wasn't like she was, hi, Cayman. It wasn't like she was twisted all weird or anything. It wasn't like, it wasn't like she had gone through any of the traditional spasms that a body goes through when it dies, because I've seen that happen. I've seen that, a few times with cats. And it could be different per cat. But yeah, like with my cat Sprint, when he went through his death spasms, he kind of arched his back, not like he was stretching, like in the opposite direction, and then eventually that was just the position he was in. I mean, granted, I picked him up so he didn't stay that way even after he died, but like he died kind of stretching outward like that. And my cat Jacob, I don't remember exactly what he did. And he was a more recent death. But he was also not a cat that I was particularly close to. I didn't hate him. He just wasn't my cat. He was kind of everybody's cat, really. Jacob, he started off kind of being Dad's cat, and then he migrated to being Mom's cat, and then he, kind of started to be my cat, and then he would just kind of, float between people throughout his life. Anyway, so I know that he was in. I know he meowed a lot. Like, he was really angry that he was dying. And that's just Jacob. He was just freaking half Siamese. If anyone who does not know anything about Siamese cats, you need to know this one thing. They are vocal. They are incredibly talkative cats. And that's how we knew Jacob was half Siamese, because of how talkative he was. So, he was angry that he was dying. He was meow, meow, but I knew he was because, I've seen it enough times in cats. It's like, oh, okay, this is it. And he'd been sick for a while too. Not as long as Sarah though, and not the same way. But he did have some kind of cancer. He was, often disoriented and unbalanced and things of that nature. You ever gonna come visit, buddy? Because I see you lurking back there like you wanna. Spill it. Don't drink it. But yeah, and then Sarah, but like with Sarah, she just kind of died in a position that looked like she was comfortable. Now, what disturbed me about it was her face. And like on the one hand, her eye was closed because she only had one. Her eye was closed, and it looked like she had been, starting to fall asleep, which is good because if she went in her sleep, then she didn't feel the last of it. She got rid of that panic, wasn't in pain, wasn't stressed. I'm happy about that part. But it looked a little disturbing because there was all this like saliva and mucus and stuff all around her like nose and mouth, and poor Dad, he thought that because he hadn't checked on her again sooner that she'd suffocated because of him, and I had to point out to him, no, she was disoriented and acting like she was seeing things, before she ever got to the point of beginning to struggle with the saliva and the mucus. Like that was. So whatever happened to her, it was just... the only real thing we can think of is that she had just been through so much that her body simply could not take any more. And she didn't realize it. Like, she could have just been in complete denial about it. Because, I mean, usually with animals, they kind of know when they're dying. Like, once that process starts, they... Like, and it's not always. Sometimes, an animal can be dying and still fight, and then, if it has access to the right care, it'll make a comeback and be fine. I've seen that happen too. But I've also seen the moments where the animals give up. And like usually what happens is they'll just kind of accept it. They'll just stop fighting and let it happen. So Mom thinks that Sarah was looking for a bush to lay down in. I think Sarah was in denial that it was happening because she finally felt good and she didn't want to go. So she was like, hey, please help me not go because, I don't want to. So I think that's what happened. Because, like I said, I've seen it when cats just accept it. I had a cat named Ember. She was just, this spunky little tortoise shell. I love Tortitude. Like, they're all just mango salsa, sweet and spicy. But we had her for about 4 years, and it turns out she had some kind of cancer, and that ultimately took her. We thought she had pancreatitis at first, which we've dealt with before, and by the way, they can get that from cat food, in my experience. A lot of vets will say they don't know where pancreatitis comes from in cats. Every single time any of my cats have ever gotten pancreatitis, it's been because we've gone to cheap dry cat food. Like you go to that ultra cheap stuff where the regulations aren't as strict, that's when you're going to start getting sick cats. So that's why I think, it was. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, pancreatitis comes from cheap food. Like there's just no doubting that for me. So. When Ember got that, at first we were kind of trying to, we were force feeding her a little bit because she refused to eat, but she was still really fighting it. You can kind of see that in her expression and in some of her actions, where she was just like, she was just like, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. And also, cats will fight you for things like medicine and whatnot when they're sick. It's just a normal thing that they do. I did get rid of my sticks. Yes, not all of them. I still have a few. Let's put these in. Okay. And I remember, the moment that she had given up, she didn't fight the force feeding as much, and she just kind of looked at me like, "Are we done? I'm gonna go lay down now." And then that was the last time that I saw her because I was at college at the time. Waste of money. Don't ever do college. And she died later that night. And Jacob was just mad. Like he'd accepted it, but he was like, "This is uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. This sucks." Just he's very angry, but he's very vocal about it. And with Sarah, she was just panicked about the whole thing. I think she just didn't want to. I mean, granted, no animal wants to, but once they get to a certain point, they'll accept it and just be like, "Okay, this is it," But like with Sarah, she just did not want to. She didn't want to do it, so. Anywho, so now that's the update. We no longer have a Sarah, and my poor niece took it real hard, because she's a kid. She hasn't even hit double digits yet, and this was her first pet death, even though this wasn't her pet, and she was real sad by it. So we did, we kind of had a little burial for Sarah, and we used to do this when I was younger, and we also used to do it when all of us were younger, like when Mom and Dad could still get up and do things. That's right. Speaking of do things, I need to do things because I need long sticks for that ladder. It ain't gonna ladder itself. We used to be capable of just getting up and doing things like that. And when that changed, that capybara just despawned. Okay, when that changed, we just got to the point of, okay, well, let's just bag him and bin him. And I know it's like, why didn't you give this member of your family a proper burial? Well, first of all, they're dead, so they don't care. The dead know nothing. I don't care what anybody says. And secondly, it was just easier. We'd said our goodbyes. We didn't need to have some big ceremony because it wasn't a person. And, that was it. It's just okay. Like we threw away my cat Jasmine, and oh geez, who else did we throw away? We let the vet take Scamp's body, and I think we threw Sprint away. Yeah, because the last cat we actually buried was oh gosh, what was the last cat we buried? I don't even remember anymore. That's how long it's been. Oh, I didn't realize I had leeches. All right, where are you guys at? It is weird how we get dirtier in the dry season than we do the wet season. You'd think that would be the other way around because there'd be more mud. Get off me. And I probably made that comment too, but nah. I've suffered a loss, dang it. Y'all can put up with it. So yeah, that's just kind of, where we are with it. And, it's... I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my pets, but once I've said my goodbyes, I don't need to go through the trouble of, all right, where do I bury it? It's just, okay, at this point you are just, literal dead weight, so. And my poor niece, she just didn't quite get it. She's like, are you sure she hasn't just passed out? And I'm like, no, sweetie, because she's stiff. Rigor mortis hit her super quick. Like, it hit her really fast. So we think it was just, kind of the dehydration that really got to her toward the end there. That had to have been one of the reasons, that she got stiff as quick as she did. Because that's not normal. It's not. They don't normally get that stiff that fast. Yeah, I know. You'll live. Come on, Jake. You can do it. We just need to get these 2 long sticks. We'll come back for everything else later. So, yeah, that is where we're at with all this. And man, I tell you, if I could have thrown away my dog, I would have. But he was like 85 pounds. That wasn't gonna happen. Oh man, I loved my dog Wallace. Wallace was awesome. But like, here's the thing: he was a big dog. And I don't mean fat. Like, he got pudgy in the end, but he wasn't like this big fat obese thing. No, he was a big dog. He was a large. It was a mix of 2 large breeds. You'll get rest in a minute, Jake. Calm down. So I guess I should have brought some of those sticks. Oh well, that's okay. Let's eat some meat because that will give us some energy. Yay, more parasites. Hey, we got our buddies back. Oh, need some water. Need some water. Will these bananas last until morning? Yeah, they'll last until morning. So I'll just use those for our morning carbs. There we go. That's better. Stick. Yay, free stick. Free sticks are all the rage. Oh, we can also just get shroom carbs. They don't give much, but, after a little while. Look at all the parasites we have now. Holy cow. We are definitely going to need to find some of those things. Or a soursop fruit. We got 4 parasites now. I don't think I've ever had that many. I wonder if eating charcoal... No, I don't think eating charcoal will help. And it's not like I can tab out and check. Because we know what happens when I tab out. Freaking... I swear, XSplit, you'll need to work on that. Of course, the people at XSplit are probably just like, get 2 screens. Anyway. Yeah, Wallace was a... Where did I knock it down? What tree did I chop down? Where did you go? I thought it was around here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, he was a Malamute Shepherd mix. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. So he was not a light dog. He was difficult to bury just because of his sheer size. And never mind, by the time we did bury him, he'd already gone through rigor mortis, so he was difficult to pick up in the first place because he was stiff. The biggest problem with his burial was the fact that I had work the next morning. So Harry was staying up late trying to bury my dog, and then when we first started digging the hole, it was right next. It was near enough to a pine tree that we kept finding roots. And like, the pine trees in my yard are pretty big, so it's not like these were, well, let's just cut down the tree. No. These were huge pine trees, so we could not do what we wanted to do with him when we were trying to bury him. So it just, oh man, if I could have, made a Wallace body .rar and stuck him in the bin, I would have gotten more sleep too. And I was super mad at my mom at the time too, because he died in my room while I was away. So when I came back, I kind of came in and said my goodbyes, and it's like, okay, well, I need rest for work tomorrow. And her biggest thing was, well, I don't want you sleeping there with a dead body. I'm like, he's not gonna zombify and eat me, Mom. Like, geez, we know this. We know these things to be true. This is what we know, and we know them for sure. So, like, chill.